Hello everyone, I hope you're well and welcome to my January book reviews 2021, the first wrap-up book reviews of the year. I'm going to show you what I read in January. I'm then going to also do an unboxing because I have some books that are for my book club, which if you watched one of my book club drama video where I was very over the top about it, then you'll know what books they are, so I thought I would unbox them for you. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I read 4 things in January and I loved every single one of them, and I've spoken about them on the channel. So I'm going to give you mini reviews. So I have 1984 by George Orwell, which I chose for my book club, Tay Book Club. I've done a full video on this book and added in your comments as well, so I'll link that video down below. This is about a man called Winston. He lives in a place called Oceania, which used to be London, and it's ruled over this character called Big Brother. And Big Brother is always watching you, so even if where you're in your house, everywhere you are under surveillance, and you don't have freedom of speech and you don't have any individuality, and you just have to work for doing things for the party, doing things for Big Brother. And Winston doesn't agree with this. He works at the Ministry of Truth, which the Ministry of Truth writes lies and rewrites history, and he's thinking about whether he's going to rebel against the party and how long he's going to last before he's found out that he doesn't actually agree with everything that's going on. He's actually horrified with everything that's going on around him, and he starts a diary. I loved this. I thought this was fantastic, and this was written by Orwell as a cautionary tale of what could happen to our future if we give away our freedom of speech. I just found this so fascinating from start to finish. Absolutely loved it. Fantastic book. It's a book that I would reread as well. Absolutely love it. I then read Firechild by Sally Emerson. This is a thriller. I've done a book review of this one and also another book by Sally Emerson which is called Heat. I'll link that video down below. Loved this. This is about a dangerous young man and a dangerous young woman. This is in diary entry form and it alternates between the two of them, and they both have stuff in their past that they have done which is bad, which has hurt people in their life, and that they've done on purpose to hurt people. And they are living very boring lives because they don't want to hurt anyone else, and then they meet each other and they decide to let go and give in to their urges, and their urges are really to control people, to cause people pain, to cause people destruction. And it's a look into the minds of those people that just love to destroy other people's lives. It looks into their motivations for doing it and the consequences of their actions. Absolutely fascinating. Adored this, and her other novel I've read from her, he absolutely adored that as well. I then read Marley's Ghost by David Levitham. This is set around Valentine's Day, and it's a Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens retelling around Valentine's Day. So the Scrooge in this is a teenage boy whose girlfriend has just died. His girlfriend is called Marley, and Marley visits him at the beginning of the book and says, "You are bitter about love and you can't move on past me, and you've become very nasty towards everyone else who is in love, and unless you let love back into your heart, I can't move on." And then the ghosts start visiting him and talk about his friends that are in love around him, and his past love with Marley and his friendship group and how he's really affecting them. This is such a tragic book, a funny book, everything. I thought this was gorgeous. I loved it so much. It's got really beautiful illustrations in it as well, very like fine detail illustrations. Show you them there. Brian Selznick did the illustrations in this, and I just loved it so much. Fantastic book. I then have a poetry collection which inspired the musical Cats. So Andrew Lloyd Webber always loved cats. I've actually watched a documentary on Andrew Lloyd Webber talking about him making the musical Cats, and he always has cats as a child, and he has cats now, and he read this by T.S. Eliot and fell in love with it and decided to turn it into a musical. So this is T.S. Eliot's Old Possum's Book of Practical Cats. This one is illustrated by Nicholas Bentley, and it's just poems about different cats, but it's so fascinating if you have seen the musical Cats, because these poems Andrew Lloyd Webber set to music, but they are word for word, some of them the same as what's in the musical. So you know some things when it says inspired by, and then you read the thing it's inspired by and you're like, yeah, very loosely inspired by that. This is really almost word for word the same as many of the songs within it, and I absolutely love it. I love the one Gus the Old Theatre Cat is my favourite one, because it's about this cat who used to be in the theatre, and he's saying like, I could be in the theatre anymore, these kittens don't know a thing, and it's just such a lovely one. I adored this, but I do also adore Cats the musical. I'll show you some of the illustrations. I really liked them. They were almost a bit surrealist looking. They were really odd the way they were drawn, but I did really like them. I loved this, but I am a massive fan of the musical Cats. So I read 4 things in January, and I am happy with this, because I'd rather read 4 things that I absolutely adored than hold up a big stack and be like, I've read 35 books this month, but I didn't like any of them. I wouldn't reread them. They didn't bring me anything in the month. I didn't learn anything from the books. I'd much rather read fewer books but actually enjoy them and love them. So I loved all of these. So I'm happy with 4 books. So now on to the unboxing. So these are 1 book club pick that I have chosen, but in my book drama video that was all about the book club, I spoke about this other book. So here is the box. It has already been opened, not by me, but it arrived like that, with it just flapped like that. So that's what they look like there. Let's get my children out. And I don't normally buy books, I buy them from charity shops, so I find it so exciting buying like books. Oh wait, like the box is birthday. Oh my god, the other one nearly fell out. Oh my god, I'm sorry about that. So we have this one here. This is Bridget Jones' Diary and Other Writings. This edition is a bit bashed, but I'm going to deal with it. It's fine. The corners are a little bit bashed up, a little bit irritating, and the package did come opened. And weirdly, when I used to live in a block of flats, the last place I lived at, all my parcels used to be open before I got them. So the postman used to leave them on the doorstep, but just inside our door, so we all had to like go through the post to find what was ours. And someone used to open my post, and I never knew who opened my post. And then this has arrived and it's open, and my parents sent me a Christmas card. The Christmas just gone, and someone had with a knife cut out the envelope. Looked fine, but they had cut open the side with it really clean with a knife to look what was inside it. What is going on? Someone is going through my post. Imagine if it's the person from my old flat. They've like hunted me down. They've hunted this postman down, and they're gonna scurry through my post every time. Maybe they stop him outside my door and say, wait, I need to go through that. I don't know. It's so weird. Does anyone else have that with open post that they've kind of seen recently in England? Let me know. Anyway, so this is Bridget Jones' Diary and Other Writings by Helen Fielding that I am going to read for the book club. It's much bigger than what I thought it was going to be. For some reason, I thought Bridget Jones' Diary was like this really thin book, but it's not at all. But this has other writings, so maybe that's why it's so big. It has big knickers on it because Bridget Jones in the book has big knickers. And I saw this on Graham Siller's Instagram. I'll link his booktube channel down below. I've had him on this channel as well in my favourites book video. And I saw on his Instagram he was like getting this sticker off. So I'm going to try and peel. Oh my god, it's not coming off. Peel the sticker. The Perils! It's such a gorgeous cover with like this gold foiling. Why would they do it to such a lovely book? Why would they actually put... Imagine if I just ripped the cover. Like the whole print just came ripped off. Okay, moment of silence, guys. Oh, it's like an operation. It's off. Oh, it hasn't marked it, which is good, because I hate also when you get stickers off, but then they leave a mark. The Penguin Clothbound Classics. Shout out to them there, because they always leave a mark. But I love this, so I'm going to get reading because it's a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be. And so if you want to read along with this with me, then we're reading this for January. So all you have to do is hashtag on Instagram, Table Book Club, and then you can chat to me about it and send me your review before the end of the month. And then when I do my review video, then I will shout you out. The pages inside this, I quite like it when they're not patterned. I like patterned inside of the pages, but sometimes I like it when it's just a pop of colour because it matches with the font. So it's just like a pop of colour there. Okay, so now on to the next book. The next book, baby, that I have. Let's birth you. Ooh! Ooh! It feels rubbery. Ooh! I'm not a fan of rubbery colours. This is Lana Del Rey's poetry collection, but it also has photography in it. It's a bit rubbery, but it's not quite rubbery. It's not like the English Library Classics rubbery, but it's slightly kind of textured, but this is a hardback edition. So if we, I'll show you the front. If we whip the, oh! Yes, it's printed. Oh my God, this is, oh no, it's just kind of shiny. It's just kind of shiny, it's not rubbery the inside. So if you don't like rubbery covers like me, you can always take this cover off. And then it's printed. Oh, I love it like this. When hardcovers, when they're underneath and they're not printed on the hardcovers, they're just a colour, I'm like, But I love it when they print it on it. So if you don't want the dust jacket, you can just take that off. Oh, I love it. I love the look of this. So this is, oh, let's see the beginning pages. Oh, it's weird. It's like, you know, when they take those ghost pictures, like in Victorian times when they used to take pictures on the big cameras, and then if there was a little mark like that on it, it meant there was a ghost in the picture. It's a bit like that, like a camera thing. And it has photography in it. It has her poetry, and I really like that she did it in the font that a typewriter would do. I really like that touch to it, and I'm very excited to get into this and have a good read of this. And I love that you can take the cover off. It's not rubbery, the cover. I don't, oh sorry, it's gone out of focus with my rubberiness. It's not rubbery, it just has like a slight feel to it, which over time it might get rid of that feel, but I probably am just gonna put that away. I need to get a box for these dust covers because I always just slide them in the book, like I'll show you. So here's a book where I've put the dust jacket inside. This is A Country Diary of an Edwardian Lady by Edith Holden. This was Edith Holden. This was her personal diary, which, well, you won't believe me. Like, she never intended for this to be published. This was just a personal diary, a casual thing that she did of the plants because she was a naturalist. And she just wanted to talk about plants to herself. Look how stunning that is. And she also went on to be an illustrator. And this was just like, you know, just some casual drawings that she did in a book. She was crazy talented, absolutely stunning. And it takes you through the full year because it was her diary one year. But I like the edge on this. I like having that showing on my bookshelf. And I'm not a huge fan of the actual cover that's on it. The cover's like that, and it has a picture of Edith, but I don't want to throw this away. I do want to keep it. So I just slide it in the book, but then on the bookshelf it can look a little bit untidy, if you can see that bit there. You can see it kind of poking up the top. So I do need to get like a little box, like a little chest maybe, where I can put all these to collect them, to keep them, because I don't want to get rid of the dust jacket. What an odd problem to have, that I need somewhere to put these dust jackets because I don't want them flying all over my life. So if you're reading along with Bridget Jones's diary, please let me know in the comments. If you have read this Lana Del Rey book, let me know. I will be doing a full book review on this because, as I said, going forward on the channel, I am going to do full book reviews on individual books. So the books that I've already spoken about, that I've already read in January, I've given them their full book reviews because I feel like you can really go into the books. You can go into a bit of the history, go into what the author was inspired by, and really talk more than a wrap up when you're thinking about you've got, you know, the next book to do. So that's why I like doing individual book reviews. So this will definitely be getting its own individual book reviews, and I'm interested to see what her writing's like because I'm a huge Lana Del Rey fan. I'm interested to see what her poetry is like. I don't know if it's all poetry. Some of it looks quite long, so I don't know if it's writings as well, but I'm very excited to get to that. So I'm going to end this here. I'm doing a video every day in February. Any video ideas, then please leave them down below, and I'll see you tomorrow for another video.